Hi, everybody. Welcome to the demonstration of how to make a mechanimal, a mechanical animal. In some of our classes, we've already explored this idea of a mechanimal, meaning that it's part machine, part animal. We've looked at two different artists, one that's a two-dimensional artist, Marie Tinkelman, and the three-dimensional artist, Patricia Rennick. They combined machines and animals together. So, as a preparatory start to prepare for our sculpture, kids started to make drawings like that. So, this is mine. I started to do part hippo, that's the nose, part Doberman ears. I've got a horse's mane and a tail, bare arms. I wanted part tank, part kind of armored machine, and then I've got some wings off the side. So, some kids could do one and one machine, one animal. You could even do multiple, two and two. Left it up to the kids. Now, this was the starting point for then starting to make it in clay. So first things first, you're going to go ahead and put your name and your class code on there. Okay. Once you've got that, everybody's going to get a piece of white, low fire white clay. So this clay, when you get it, it's going to be pretty cold. So first things first, you're going to go ahead and just start to roll it in your hands so it can be nice and kind of warmed up and a little bit more sculptable. All right, next thing, I'm going to peel off just a little bit of this for details a little bit later on. I usually leave it off to the side. Each table is going to get a kit in it, that paper where you're going to put your name, lots of different clay tools. Um, we've got some texture mats off to the side here too. I'll pull those out. And we've got slip, clay, and water. Don't drink it. It's not hot cocoa. All right. All right. So here we go. So we've got the tools. Now, right away, I just start to think, okay, I want to start to kind of plan out what's kind of generally the animal. I'm going to do something with kind of a lower center of balance. So I want to have some sort of a plan kind of going into it. Maybe I'll even put horns or something. Definitely, I am a huge fan of spikes. Maybe a tail will kind of have to be a little bit aware of how thin some of these lines are. Maybe I'll put little arms. Usually little arms on the front are kind of funny. Okay, now the things definitely that we want to emphasize with this is that this is going to be something that has form. It's three-dimensional. It's going to be a sculpture in the round, meaning that we can see it from all different sides. Okay, now as soon as I see this, my first method, I'm going to start what's called the pinch and pull method. Pinch and pull is when you start to pinch a little bit of clay and start to pull it into the desired direction, the direction you want it. So, and I'm going to use my thumb. It's the strongest finger. Your fingers are your best tools. Okay, you can have all the tools in the world, but you should be able to know how to sculpt just with your good old fingers. Okay, I might even make this more of a beak. I'm kind of liking how that's turning out. Maybe it'll be more of an eagle. Okay, kind of a beak. Okay, next thing, I'm going to start to pinch and pull the body. Okay, and I might bring off a little bit more clay, to be honest, because I'm going to do the tank part. So I'm going to pinch and pull. Okay, here's going to be the body part. Maybe I'll just do a few wheels. Now, when you start to see those little wrinkles, that's where just a little bit of slip, just put it on there. It'll help kind of moisturize the clay. Okay, get out some of those wrinkles. No problems. Okay, now, whenever we add clay to clay, so I've got my base right here, and I'm going to do a little bit of a tap. That'll create a flatter little bottom, but I'm noticing the center of balance is a little bit off. So I'm actually going to bring it a little bit more over the center. Oh, that's good. Maybe I'll turn the head. Ooh, that's looking kind of cool. All right. So I'm going to start to put on some of those wheels. All right. So here we go. The tank wheels. And maybe I don't put as many, and you get what you get with the clay. So try to make it work. Peel it off the bottom, whatever you can do. Kids are really, really good at this part right here. All right. I'm going to start to make what's called kind of a coil. Okay, so it's a kind of a skinnier coil. Now, none of the things that we do should be skinnier than your pinky. If it's skinnier than your pinky, you can pretty much kiss it goodbye. All right, I'm going to tap it on the top and the bottom. Now, looking at it, that actually might be too skinny, but maybe I'll connect it with another one. Hang on, let me try to make another one. Make it a little bit longer. I have a feeling this, or hold on. Let me make it one big ball again. There we go. This might do it. I'm gonna pick up some of this extra clay. Call them the little clay boogers. Okay. Okay, tap the top, tap the bottom. Okay, a little bit of slip on there. Okay. Now the goal is to really sculpt on this piece of paper too, not on the tabletop. Number one, it's going to be easier to clean up. Number two, oftentimes they get stuck, and as you're in the process of pulling them up, it ruins kind of the integrity, the body of it. So just try to sculpt on the paper if you can. All right, if I'm going to put this here, oh, there we go. All right, I have to do what's called score, slip, seal. So I'm going to make score marks, which are almost like those, like kind of cross hatching. Remember when we did hatching and cross hatching? It's like a clay Velcro. So I've got them here. I'm going to add some slip, add some slip. I'm going to put it on here. And now I'm going to seal or blend the clay. Oh, that's good. That's really good because that's going to stay on. I'm going to try to do it from all sides. Oh, nice. So then, oh, that's cool. Look at that. I've already got it. It's almost looking like a, maybe I'll change it into a skateboard. Okay, so I've got part of it here. So I'm going to show you ultimately the score, slip, and seal to attach clay to clay. You saw I did the pinch and the pull method, the coil method for this. The thing to really emphasize, though, with all of these Mechanimals is this idea of texture. So check it out. I'm using one of the clay tools, okay, to kind of push it into the surface, and you can see right away it's starting to create these really cool bits of texture. I've got texture mats, so you have to push these rather hard into the surface to make sure that shows up. Tons of different texture mats for you to try in the kits, but just what about just even a pencil? What could you do with a pencil? You could push it in the surface. You could rub it back and forth. Check it out. This creates a really interesting texture. Even the top part could be a kind of a texture as well. Okay, be curious, not judgmental. Figure out what you can do with these different things. Now, ultimately, I'll show you my finished one. I got about 3 different coils on the bottom here. I did pinched and pulled the top parts here. I did little arms right here, and I cut in. I just took actually a paper clip, and I just cut in a mouth to separate the top and the bottom, and I made a little eye that I score slip sealed. Now, we will carve your name on the bottom. Okay, so then we'll eventually paint these. Once they're done drying, then we'll wrap them up and you can take them home. So this is the wet clay. You'll notice as it dries, it turns this lighter gray. When it gets cooked in the kiln, it's going to turn bright white. So there it is. That's the quick version of how to make a Mechanimal. Let's get sculpting.